Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we're celebrating Christmas in the NWA on Saturday night on TBS. Well, actually, we're not, but it is the December the 26th, 1987 episode of Saturday Night on TBS. I am sitting here with Hard Body Harper, and Doc Turner has finally returned. He's put his pants on, his big boy pants on. He told Mrs. Doc, look, I got stuff to do, and I got to do a show tonight, so you get off my back. So with nothing else to say on this matter, first I'll ask Harper how he's doing. Or Doc, do you want me to ask how you're doing first?
Harper first, please.
Oh, okay. Well, Harper, how are you, man?
I'm so great. Lance is gone. God. Jesus Christ. How old was he? Fucking 80 years old?
He was kissing his ass for the last 3 weeks.
Fuck.
He's gone. Oh, he's gonna listen to this. He knew you all would start in on him, but
he has zero personality, dog. None.
Okay. Yeah, that's why y'all talked about the LJN figures for 15 minutes, and that's why y'all talked about various other topics for 15 and 20 minutes on end, right?
Bruh, that shit was like talking to Data from fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation.
All right. Lance, they're messing with you. Don't take anything. All right, Harper. How else are you doing, man? You doing all right?
I'm doing great, dog.
All right.
Doing
Doc?
fantastic.
That's great. First round of the tournament of the Wildcat Sports Tag Team Tournament for the tag team titles. Did your team advance?
I don't have it. I don't have anybody in it.
Okay, I'm real confused. I thought you did.
Nah, bro.
Okay.
I got singles. My single guys are, but the tag team isn't, because Stone got suspended for beating up the little Christmas fella.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's turn our attention to Doc. Doc, you're back. How you feeling, man? You still mad at me or Harper, or you were a little salty when we did that AWA show?
Well, and I feel like there's a few things that I should probably start off and say here. It's good to be back. I'll say that. Let me start with that. I've missed Harper, and I missed you, Mike.
Oh,
you talk to me every day. What are you talking about?
Well, and that's so we're gonna, in lieu of a Doc spotlight, and we'll see if we do that in the coming days or not. I think it's important to let everybody know. And Mike said, I'll cover for you and say LaFonda had you doing stuff, but. I had some medical issues that I had to go take care of. Nothing too serious, and I know that doesn't please some of you. And I had a family medical issue as well, and I won't go too much in this because we want to keep it light. And then I had some. It happens where you get busy at work, so I needed to step away from the show for a couple of weeks. And I want to start off by saying thanks to Lance. Appreciate him stepping in. I know a lot of people out there liked him a lot, but he stepped in, and it was actually, in all honesty, it was my idea to ask Lance to come in, and I think he did a fine job. And he's a knowledgeable guy, except for maybe he did slip up a little bit on that JCP part where he didn't know that who bought Florida, but that's all right. I want to thank. In all honesty, I want to thank Lance. I appreciate him keeping the seat warm for me, and I know a lot of people out there liked him. But I think it's important to pull back the curtain a little bit on Booking the Territory for just a second. So, some of you guys that have been with us for a while know that when we first started, if you remember back, and Mike says Doc plays heel, I wasn't a heel when we first started the show. Is that correct, Mike?
I don't remember, man. That was almost 4 years ago, man.
Okay. So there was a time when Mike and I, this is before Harper even, had a conscious decision where I would turn heel on the fans and everyone in order to try to get in a crowded podcast market, to try to get more people to listen and just to be more interesting and try something new. And, over the years, it's hard because at the end of the day, I'm not much different than most guys. I'm just, I sit there and before I come in here and record, I eat dinner with my kids and my family. And then I have to get mad and angry at Mike and come in here and call people saps and marks and idiots and stuff. And I have to work myself up a little bit to do it. But over time, it's gotten harder and harder to come in here and quote unquote play heel because, it's an act. It's been an act. And so, I'm just going to come out here and it'd be real easy for me to say, be blessed and be a blessing, but I'm trying to be serious here. Be humble, and just say, look, I know you guys have hated me for a long time and I don't expect that everything's going to change overnight, but I'm going to give it a shot. Hey, I say, we'll shut down the Docaholics. Everybody's in the Army. This show has been real successful, and I think we're on the verge of doing big things. And, hey, I'm going to keep my political party. Will still be titties. We're still going to stay unprofessional. Conrad's still going to steal our stuff. But I'm going to make it my New Year resolution, not New Year, new me, because that's stupid broad logic. I'm going to be nicer to the Army here. I'm going to try to extend my hand and a bridge here so that we can all be one Booking the Territory community. Mike didn't know I was going to say any of this. Harper didn't know I was going to say any of this. Just trying to speak from my heart here tonight. And again, I was out for a while. I missed it. I listened to the shows because I like this show. I think Lance did a fine job. Harper had me rolling with throwing protein powder in people's faces and shit. And I'm going to keep setting him up with dirty things to talk about. And here's the thing. If Mike and I hated each other, why would we still be doing this after 4 years? So with that being said, Mike, back to you.
Well, Harper,
wow.
You got any thoughts about that sermon we just got?
Wow. You sound like a nice person.
Well, I mean,
it's not like Harper would tell the truth. I mean, he waited till Lance was gone before he
fucking
put the boots to him.
Now, Lance is a nice guy. He does, and I called him human ambient a while back, and I was just quote unquote playing heel. Y'all should become patrons and go behind the paywall and listen to Lance and Mike on World Class, man.
Wow.
But hey, we're still going to be dirty and filthy. We still like titties and fat asses and don't like broad logic and all that shit. So we're going to still be talking about Harper's animals and his wild encounters with animals and squirting with squirters and whatnot. But I'm just going to try to, turn over somewhat of a new leaf here.
Beautiful.
I still don't like Sting. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, I mean, I never disliked Armando and Cepeda and Thog and what's his name, Adam Price and Mullet and Phil Allen. I don't dislike any of you guys. You've been listening to our show for 4 years. What sense does that make? So anyway, that's all I got to say. We'll keep moving on.
I think you're lying about Phil Allen. He's an Eagles fan, so you actually.
Well, okay, so that part's a little tough to take, but hey, I'll overlook it for now because it's not football season. How about that?
Okay.
All right. That's enough of that
it.
bullshit. So I mean, there's only so much nice we all have in us. Let's talk about some wrestling.
All right. Well, first off, I did want to mention something. Longtime listener, Kevin Carter, lost his wife to cancer. I just wanted to send some positive vibes his way. Kevin has been listening to us for a while. He loves the unprofessionalism that we bring to this show each and every week, twice a week. So, Kevin, condolences and hang in there, man. I know it's not easy. I can only imagine. So, you hang in there, man. I know it's a tough time for your life right now. Then I want to
as a guy who had recently had some medical issues, I realized that these podcasts do mean a lot to people. I mean, you listen to them while you're going through your daily struggles and shit, even down at the shoot job where that's a daily struggle too. Hey, we do have on a lighter note, we do have a Patron show that we need to cut pretty soon because T-Rex did not disappoint at the shoot job recently with his.
So what'd he do?
No. We got this is for the patrons, Harper. Maybe we do it on Friday because it won't take Doc long. It's like a 15-minute unless we really get rolling and burying him. But Harper, when you hear this, you won't believe it. You'll think he made it up, and he didn't.
I want to see a picture of this guy. Sneak a picture of him and send it to me.
Kayfabe, brother.
All right. Special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly. Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Kyle Rowley, and Mike Childry. And then, we're doing the new $5 tier where you're going to get the Jim Crockett Promotions and NWA WCW pay-per-views and clashes in 1988. As of today, we're basically only a month away from the first pay-per-view, the Bunkhouse, January 24th of 1988. So we're coming up on that. We're going to have to record that one as our first one. But want to just mention Tony Matkovich, Jeremiah Lawson, I know they all jumped up to the $5 tier. And then we had some new patron members, Jason, and if I say your name wrong, I apologize, Lemire, Mike Alicia, Wes Lilleman, and then Pete Treylevin, I believe you moved over from Podbean. And then along with good old Justin, moved over from Podbean as well to Patreon. So thank you all. Again, that's Pete, Wes, Mike, Tony, Jeremiah, Jason, and good old Justin. Thank you, whether you signed up new or moved over from Podbean to Patreon. Very much appreciated. Doc, were you about to say something?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought I cut you off, so my bad.
No, my bad, my friend.
Oh Jesus! I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna be that crazy.
I don't know if I can get used to you being.
I still gotta get my shit in. Come on.
Of course, you're gonna get your shit in. Let's see how long this face turn supposedly lasts when it comes to you, because it's gonna take one encounter like we had in Oklahoma for you to turn heel again and just start burying stuff. Which, by the way, I found that audio, Doc.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a night to remember, to be sure.
Let me just say, you and Harper were extra mean to the fans. That's all I will say. Oh boy, I'm releasing it again when I get a chance. I got to put it up for on the Patreon feed. All right, y'all want to get into this thing? Some NWA?
Yeah,
man.
Well, it's December 26th, and Doc, As we're like getting started on this December 26, 1987 edition of Saturday Night, do you remember over 2 years ago we started doing the Saturday Night version of this show? Do you remember Ric Flair on that episode? He got the Rolex. Do you remember what episode I'm talking about?
On the first one we did?
No, it was 2 years ago, but it was like
at
the Christmas week episode.
He and Garvin beat the piss out of each other, right?
Yes, and Rick was like the only person who showed up to perform. And
yeah, everybody else mailed it in except Garvin and Flair, and they went out there and just chopped the crap out of one another.
Yes, and I think you said something like, Rick was like, "Man, I'm married, but what's the use of being home? I'd rather be on the road with the boys."
He's sitting there with some Christmas goose, looking at his watch, going, "I probably need to get going down to the arena." Little Charlotte and Ashley were there like, Daddy.
That's nice.
Nah,
Classy, huh?
Barbara and Tammy are going to call me Daddy later. Little girls, I got to go.
Wow.
What?
Okay. Nothing. Well, the show kicks off, and they're showing a replay of the Horsemen in the opening, and we get Flair's promo from last week with Flair calling Hayes a spandex cowboy.
That
Harper and
popped
Doc.
me, by the way.
It did. By the way, I am sharing my screen if y'all can see it. Let me know if
Oh
you
yeah,
can't. But
man, look at that wet, combed back hair, and
Looks like Baby Doll, huh?
come on. Well,
He
yeah,
does.
dead.
kind of.
No, he doesn't. Harper said that last week, and I was like, he doesn't look like Baby Doll from the
Except
back.
for the beard, but he's probably got as much on the up tops as she has.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, that's not her best feature.
Okay. So anyway, Hayes comes out to confront him as we saw, and then we get a replay of we all discussed this last week. So Doc, you weren't here. I mean, I'm sure you kind of watched it. Maybe you didn't, but basically Hayes gets jumped by the Horsemen, and then they send the Horsemen running. I don't know. Any thoughts on the opening at all, Doc?
Rick's just looking at him like, who in the blue hell do you think you are? But man, Hayes is such a convincing promo.
This was this was some really good stuff from last week, and
it wasn't the
Lansing,
smartest move on Hayes' part to try to jump Arn with all the Horsemen there, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, he's trying to make a point. He ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared
That
of shit.
studio is
Jack.
still there.
Hey, Cornette's talked about it. What does Corny say, Doc? Do you remember?
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it is. It was a
Techwood
corporate asset at some
Right,
point.
that's what I'm saying.
It's conveyed in the sale.
That's a good question. I think it is. I don't think it's
Is
not
that
there anymore.
Techwood Avenue or something like
Techwood
that?
Drive, I think. Yeah.
Hey, hit the time gimmick on this thing. Where are we
What
at?
about it?
Okay. All
We're
right.
at 220. So anyway, we then we were in the studio as they showed that clip from last week. We're now in the arena, and it's JR, Shivani, and David kick off the show. They were live on location. We're not in the studio. We are in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I don't know. I kind of like these Saturday nights where we get out into the arenas. I always think it's a little bit better to do from time to time. We did it a couple years ago a lot, and here we are again. So I don't have anything from the opening, so I'll keep going. We got Ronnie Garvin and Mighty Wilbur who defeat Chance McQuaid and Tommy Angel. Harper, you must have loved this match.
I didn't even watch it. Once I saw fucking
Hold on, go back. Don't go up there, Mike. Stay back.
What do you want me to go to?
343 and tell me if that girl looks like Miley Cyrus or not.
All right, let's see. It's the match is getting ready to start between Wilbur Garvin, McKay, and Angel.
Her teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say something.
Hold on.
I'll
look
at her teeth.
Miley Cyrus.
That's that well water.
I actually know who Miley Cyrus is, and she don't look like Miley Cyrus.
Well, maybe.
Hannah Montana? The fuck no.
You sure? I mean, maybe if she had like a hit from electroshock therapy or something.
You think that's your boyfriend sitting next to her?
Oh, that's a good question too. Where are his hands? Come on.
Let's go watch some wrestling.
Look at that. Look at those eyes, though. I mean, that's really not the look of somebody who's mastered her multiplication tables.
Did you hear Harper? Harper just did the Gomer Pyle for her boyfriend. What did you say, Harper?
Wrestling.
Let's go watch some wrestling, man.
The mom doesn't look bad next to her. I'll make out with her.
And no one, but look at that hair, though. It's no wonder that we had a hole in the ozone layer in the 80s.
Boy, you ain't kidding. All the aerosol from these broads in their high hair. All right.
I was watching this match and just thinking to myself, and as I step back into this, I haven't been watching completely, but I was thinking, 6 weeks ago, Garvin was the champ, and now he's out there having to drag Wilbur around.
Yeah, I was thinking the same shit. I was like, why is he... God. I think last week he fucking ran in with fucking with fucking Jimmy Garvin. So you think he might have been tagging with him or something to save Michael P.S. Hayes?
This is very weird. But what's even weirder is once they win, Garvin and Wilbur cut a promo. And
was it just me, or was Garvin really trying to help Wilbur out and it still wasn't going well?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what.
It's just...
We're going to get to it because as I was reminded by disrespectfully classy Marky Blassie, some of the times these bad promos are actually so bad they're actually kind of entertaining. So I do want to play something because it's not a terribly long one, but here it is. This is Garvin and Wilbur after their match.
Okay, Jim Ross. After you knocked him out, I don't know if he felt that or not.
You're amazed. You see, you never
Absolutely.
know. You never know about Ronnie Garvin. See who I got as a partner?
Yeah.
Hey, you never know about me. I'm going to tell you. You want my respect? Show me you can handle yourself. This whole country boy has. He has all my respect. I like a big man like that on my side because I'm going to tell you we can do a lot of damage. I am going to tell you another thing, too. In the NWA, it is hard to survive. Very hard to survive, to be at the top, to be in the mainstream. Well, I'm going to tell you, this country boy can survive. I have survived, and I'm going to tell you, Ric Flair, you might try to ignore me. I am not dead. Nobody's buried me. I didn't retire, and I haven't quit. And I am #1 challenger on the list because I am the former world's heavyweight champion. In 1988, Ric Flair, we're going to be looking at each other right across this ring. Somewhere, we're going to be staring at each other. You're going to be shaking in your boots. Now, I know Big Wilbur here, whole country boy's got something to say.
Quite an endorsement right there from Ronnie Garvin, Wilbur. Good to see you.
Yeah, I just about don't have words for what I can say about being here with Mr. Garvin. Ever since I found out I was going to be tag teaming with Mr. Garvin, I got on the phone, I called Hayward, and I told all my friends, I'm going to be teaming with well, he's a former world champ, but he's going to be the future world champion, too. It just feels so good to be here with him. And when I called everybody, well, the news got out, and you wouldn't believe my telephone at home.
Really?
It's like the Hayward Directory Assistants.
Right.
You wouldn't believe it.
Okay, well, it certainly was a great match.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
And I just want to tell Mr. Garvin, congratulations on the match and everything. Did real good. Can't go wrong. I'm going to tell you, if any tag team combination in this country wants to put their name on the dotted line, step out in front and let us know. You can even call us long distance. We'll accept the call. Call collect.
Fans,
help him with the 4 horsemen and do whatever I can do for him.
Okay, fans, we'll be back right after this.
All right, bro. Here's what I can't figure out. I'm trying to figure out if Wilbur is trying to sound like just a dumb country boy or if he really can't cut a promo.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I used to think it was a bit, but now I think it may be real. I don't know. Hey, Harper, how many peckerheads did you know back in the day in the 80s that would run around singing Country Boy Can Survive?
Yeah, that shit was big, man.
Fuck.
That shit was big for years.
So y'all think Wilbur's not even playing anymore? He's just that bad on the mic.
Yeah, I think he's just, I guess they figure he's a big, huge monster and, we can do something with him. But he's just, I think he's the real thing.
How hard would it? It's like if you could really sing. Take somebody like if you took Aretha Franklin and said, "Okay, sing out of tune."
Yeah.
How bad would it be to intentionally cut that bad of a promo?
Man, I thought it was part of the gimmick, but now I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe he's so good he's worked us. I don't know.
And just like that, the Road Warriors on the next match beat the piss out of Bob Emery and Trent Knight. What do you have on it, Harper?
Did you see it in the very beginning?
Yes.
Animal gives him those forearm shots, and he's still got the fucking spike sleeve thing, and he just hits him. Yeah, here it comes. I'm like, there's no way he's going to hit him. The fucking spike thing's still on. Wrong.
Surprised that thing didn't bury in his chest.
Yeah.
Dude, Thunk. I can't believe I saw that same thing, Harper, and I was like, this guy's going to have holes in his chest.
Unless they're rubber.
I don't think so, man.
Why are you talking about it like it's real?
I don't even think they're plastic.
Right. That's metal, man.
It's a better story if it's metal.
Yeah.
There we go. It's real, damn it. Yes, I saw it, Harper. Anything else you had from it?
No.
He beat the piss out these guys, or this one guy in particular. Doc, what about you?
No, that was mine, is that they were out there playing around with spikes.
Yes.
Come on.
All right. We go to Lex Luger. I'm not going to play it. Luger has The jacket he has on is a 1987 special. He calls out Arn, but he wasn't good. He was really choppy to me.
He was not. He was not good here. But here is my question: when they go to this promo, are they in the arena for real? There, or are they on a screen in front? Because I watched this on my phone and it was hard to tell.
No,
I think they're really there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not
I couldn't. It was real hard for me to see on my phone. You know, there's lots of like jizz stains on it.
Whoa.
Dirt. What?
That's like my phone. I'm on.
No, we know about. We know about your phone, dude.
I'm bringing mine to a sperm bank and see how much I can get.
Wring it out and just
not wring it out. Just wipe it with a fucking tablecloth and that bitch turn that bitch into the doctor.
Pull out the squeegee and just
pull out the squeegee. Use the squeegee on the screen, man, and you got a $500,000 right there, ready to go.
There you go.
Remember back when he was sending us those pictures
of what?
The squirter.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Man, he doesn't understand what kind of trouble that could get a couple of married dudes.
He doesn't. Well, that's what he was like. I remember when we were recording.
Look at this. Whoa.
I remember when we were recording that Squirter episode. He was like, "What? What's the big deal?" And like for me, Doc was like, "My kids pick up my phone, and that's not a problem with me. I mean, my kids don't. They don't pick up mine, but yeah, man, my wife could pick up mine at any time. Like I didn't do it. Don't blame me."
Sasha's like, "So you're into white bitches now, huh?"
Yeah. The pissing ones too. So that's what she want me to do to you? Is that what she want me to do, Michael?
Bruh.
I'm supposed to fucking piss on you?
Bruh.
I got news for you. That's not fucking happening. Go get some little crazy white bitch to piss on you because I'm not fucking doing that.
You know what's funny
you don't know how close you are to the truth on that.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Doc.
That's scary how close to reality that really is.
Right. That was close, man. You were in the 90th percentile right there, pal. All right. Any thoughts on Luger, Doc, other than what you shared?
He struggled through that one pretty bad.
Yeah.
Harper, anything from you? Same thing?
Yeah.
Larry Zbyszko defeats Ricky Nelson in the next match. Harper, anything from Larry and Ricky Nelson?
No, nothing.
Yeah. Doc, what about you?
The only note I had here was it felt like JR was starting to step on Tony's feet here, but having two play-by-play guys in the booth is rough.
Man,
I mean, we know how hard it is to run a 3-man booth here, and it takes time to get your chemistry down and to kind of fan out and get your spots. But JR and Tony play the same position. It's like having 4 point guards on the court at the same time.
I agree, and for me, I'm more than fine when David Crockett decides not to be in that booth with him and just let Tony and JR do their thing.
Fuck. Yeah, fuck that, man.
Because let me ask y'all this, Doc, I don't know how much of the ones you've rewatched since you were out, but when you watch it now with JR, doesn't it feel bigger sometimes, even though we're not really hot with angles, just JR calling the commentary?
His voice lends a as you said, big time to it, but it's also this is starting the window of of peak JR through like the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, Brian Last talks about that a lot. That was when he was just the end of the UWF into the late days of NWA. He was just the best in the game.
Fantastic,
the problem with it is that I think of Tony Schiavone as being the voice of Saturday Night, so it is a little difficult to have JR in there, but he brings a lot to it.
I agree, because Tony was the first voice that we we got Spam Slam. Tony was the first voice.
By Hormel, makers of Spam and other grocery products.
Freebird Michael PSAs has many weapons he can use.
Oh, Hayes is getting the Spam Slam.
I got your Spam Slam right here.
Harper, you know what's funny? I was in the grocery store last week, and I took a picture of the can of Spam. And it's scary how that logo is the same as it is now that it was then.
Yeah, well, see, if you're someone that buys Spam, you don't give a fuck if the logo hasn't changed.
Did they raise the price? Did they raise the price on this shit?
Right, that's all they're worried about. It's like, remember like back in the day, like in the 70s, in the 80s, when like pickup trucks, the body styles never changed?
Yes.
Because back then, the type of person that drove a pickup truck, they didn't give a fuck if it had the new headlights or this one's got the new this or that like it is now. Because they were buying it because they fucking needed a goddamn pickup truck.
For work.
And that's how Spam is. They're not buying it because the fucking can looks cool or there's LeBron James is on the fucking can. They're buying it because I'm fucking hungry and I got $2 on me.
And I'm tired of ramen.
Yeah.
The man makes a point, Doc, doesn't he?
Man, tell me about it. Fuck some Spam though. I ain't that hungry. And I ain't trying to play heel. I ain't that poor either.
I told you.
I love Vienna sausages, though.
Well, see, I wasn't a Spam person. I didn't mind the Vienna sausages, but Spam just I don't know.
And fucking deviled ham, that's some good shit. Yeah.
Harper, as we're watching Tony and JR give an update on the Bunkhouse Stampede.
Yeah, when you watch that, though, you need to look at when Tony speaks, JR looks like, I'm going to stick this knife so far in your back.
That's nice.
What I was about to say was, Harper, did your parents or any of your family down in South Louisiana eat that damn hoghead cheese?
My dad loved that fucking shit, man.
That shit looks nasty as fuck.
Dude, my dad used to eat fucking sardines, bro. Oh, God. This was back when he was still alive, like fucking 10, 15 years ago. It would be sitting like in the office.
Wait, was he alive 10 or 15 years ago?
Yeah. And then, like, we'll be sitting like in the office, and I could just smell it. I'm like, you eating fucking sardines? Jesus.
Boy.
It smells like a fucking tackle box.
Not much difference between a sardine and your mom. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I just had to.
Wait, Mike, what kind of office do you think they were sitting in? Wood paneling on that office?
I was about to say wood panel.
One of those construction calendars that's on the wall or on the desk. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Harper, did it have wood paneling? No?
It did. Yeah, it did for real. It was all those fucking calendars that the people used to send us in the mail from all different, fucking companies. It'll be like the, fucking
battery supply company. What do they supply? Supplies.
Yeah, fucking Dixie fucking office supply. It'd be like the, the fucking Mount fucking Rushmore or the one with the fucking animals and deer and fucking eagles and shit on it.
Yep.
That and hoghead cheese, right? He would eat that.
Yes, he would. Fuck
dude,
that.
That shit, Harper. That shit looks like frozen vomit.
Yeah, like I've never fucking tasted it, and I never will.
How hungry would you have to be?
Starving.
I would have to be like a fucking Walking Dead apocalypse type shit.
Or could the patrons pay enough to get you to do it?
I don't fuck.
No. I can't. Dude, my mom used to sit there and cut that shit and slice it and like eat it with crackers.
That's what my dad used to do.
That's some old timers, brother. I hate that bullshit. and I would like, she would like, you want any? And bruh, I was like, hell no. It looks, and I would tell my mom, I was like, it looks like vomit. It looks like molded vomit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but those old timers live, especially if they were touched by the Depression, they didn't give a shit, dude. They'd do anything.
Yeah.
That Depression must have been some real shit because those people were crazy.
Well, that's when people started eating crawfish and boiled crabs. Because prior to the Great Depression, that was seen as like white trash food. That'll be like eating spam now.
Man,
because
great.
Right. Well, who in the fuck wants to eat this crawfish that's been crawling around eating shit in the bottom of the fucking pond and all? But when the Great Depression hit, everybody was fucking poor, and that's when everybody started eating crawfish and boiled crabs, and that's when it caught on.
The more you know.
And there's your spam slam of the week with Harper.
So, Tony Schiavone and Jay Har, they gave it like a bunkhouse stampede update with the standings. I'm not going to go into it, but they update about
all that hairspray. Jesus Christ!
Well, I was about to say they give an update.
Bitch.
They give an update on the finalists for the Stampede. That's happening on January 1st in the Omni. There's going to be a Stampede January 1st in the Omni, and what Doc's talking about is during the Sting and Mark Fleming match that Sting wins, they go to the crowd and they have this woman who's got 3 cans of, I don't know, a brand of hairspray that white women use, but it's 1987.
Aquanet, pal. And that girl's name, I guarantee you that girl's name is Tracy.
Or Pam.
Or Lori.
Lori's a good one. Lori is an underrated one.
Yeah.
Harper, do you want to describe this woman to us for those not watching on Patreon?
I could just picture that girl walking around Lakeside Mall in 1987, going into fucking the record bar and fucking flipping through the fucking records.
Looking at White Snake records.
Yeah, look. Look, they got the Rick Springfield.
Before I'm going to say what I'm about to say, how old do you think she is?
There? I guess she's like high school age, huh?
I don't know if I should say what I was going to say.
Oh.
I think she looks like she's about 17 or so.
Yeah.
I'll just, to show that I'm turning over a new leaf, I'll pass on what I was going to say.
Okay. I think she's a little young, Doc. But we will keep the show moving because Doc's favorite wrestler, Sting, she waves at the camera. Sting defeats Mark Fleming. Doc, any thoughts on Sting right here?
Well, just because I'm going to turn over a new leaf with the patrons doesn't mean I'm going to turn over a new leaf with Stung. Dude, he's awful. That's where me and the Army's just never going to agree. I just can't with him.
Well,
I can't even.
There are people who agree with you, like a longtime listener and patron member Clifton. Clifton said that on the Facebook page one day. He was like, he said, I can't remember. Clifton, if I quote you wrong, I'm sorry. There's another broad in the crowd. He said something, ruin or something, or wrestling or ruin.
What it is that we just did that AWA review show for one of our patrons that they requested, and it's not that Sting is the worst. He's a body guy instead of a wrestler. He's the best of the body guys, but he doesn't do much for me as look at those babies.
What's up, girl?
We got to get some commentary on that.
I can picture her. Oh,
Keep going, Doc. Bro. Keep going, Doc. Keep going, and then I'll freeze it on that frame.
There she is. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be out at the park later. Do you want to? There's a party. I
got an 8-ball.
You got to describe what you're making comments about. People can't see that are just listening.
How old are these girls?
Like college age, 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that because he wants me to say whatever I'm going to say.
The chick, hold up. The redhead chick on the right.
Yeah.
Stonewashed shirt or
That's
jacket.
like somebody's mom.
Dude,
she's like 28.
Yeah.
She gives toothy blowjobs.
That's nice.
I don't know, man. I think she can suck a tennis ball through a garden hose. Man.
Bro, that's one of those chicks you give her a fucking 8-ball and she's yours.
And the one on the left there,
he's like he speaks from experience.
She just tossed it to her and no words are spoken. She goes, kind of does the nod. All right.
I bet you that bitch drives a fucking Chrysler LeBaron convertible, bro.
Which one?
Fucking either one of them.
The one on the left is concerned about her weight. That's why she's wearing the black, which means she'll do all kinds of freaky stuff.
That's true, huh? She looks like some broad from like Designing Women.
I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know if this is a good idea to start sharing my screen again. It slows the show down, but it's great. Harper, can you describe the one on the left?
She's got that big black top on where she's covered like it's a garbage bag. You know them little those like black garbage bag things people wear like in the gym to make themselves sweat.
Yes,
that's what she's wearing. That's what it looks like.
I've missed the show.
All right, well, let's keep moving. We're never gonna get through this show as y'all. I mean, they keep panning to these broads in the crowd. Do you know?
Hey man, at least there were women in the crowd back then instead of today, where it's all Young Bucks fans.
Yeah, bunch of fat asses, bunch of fat virgins with a shirt that's, all those fucking.
That's your market, Harper, for you to sell shirts to.
I know, it's fucking horrible, huh? What the fuck?
All right, well, let's keep moving because Sting is going to win this match, and as soon as he wins it with the Scorpion Deathlock, we're then going to go to a promo with Dusty and Nikita, if I can get to it. I'm actually going to play Dusty. I'm going to play both of it, but just a second of Nikita because, dear God, Nikita's just, well, I don't know what the hell, but look at Dusty. Dusty looks glorious, but we'll talk about that on the other side.
Yeah. Look at that big package he has.
Hold on. Let me play. We'll talk about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us now, the superpowers, Nikita Koloff and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. In just a little while, you got that big tag team match.
Well, David, I got a couple things to say before we get into that right here. We're going to make history on television tonight. A few weeks have went by since Starrcade 1987. A lot of things have happened to the total package. I went home myself, reevaluated the situation. There are a lot of seeds yet to be sown by Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, dedicated in 1988 to defending his U.S. title against all comers throughout this country. There's no retirement in my mind. There's no laying this whole tired body down. There's only getting after it. I had to look at two things, family first, and then I had to look Nikita Koloff in the eye. He came to me at a time when I needed him. He became a close confidant of mine. Way before it was fashionable right now in political world out there for Russia and America to get together to try to smooth things over. Nikita Koloff and Dusty Rhodes was doing it before it was fashionable. We were smoothing over the countries, the superpowers in this world. We were politically inclined to say, put everything aside, bring together two great countries and take a hold of this thing that we're going for. That's to be the best at what we can be. No man do I serve with any more pride, any more thing in my body than Nikita Koloff. No man has stood next to Dusty Rhodes like Nikita Koloff has, and I'd be damned now if I'm going to leave him out here by himself. Larry Zbyszko, Bobby Eaton, Tully Blanchard, Ian Anderson, anybody that wants the U.S. title, gonna get a shot in 1988 at Dusty Rhodes. And yes, we talk about the Stampede, the wild card. It happens to be me and Nikita against three of the baddest men in the world in Atlanta, Georgia, January 1st. But let me tell you something. We both know emotionally what happens if it comes down to me and Nikita. That don't take away from the fact that we're going to be there going 110%. And one last thing before Nikita says anything to you, wrestling world, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and Nikita Koloff are, before it was fashionable, the superpowers, baby. And that's what it's all about.
Thank you, Dusty. I couldn't have a better partner than you. Now, I got two men I want to talk about, Michael Tanzo and Kevin Sullivan.
Who?
You, I think, have made a big mistake, but you choose which side you want to be on. You choose. Now, you have to live with that, and I'm going to make you pay. Now tonight, the thing most important to me and to my super partner tonight is you as a tag team title. I can think of nothing better than for the super partner at this time to be you as a tag team champion. I have one belt, I have two belts, he has a belt, two more could not hurt. Let's go for it.
That's when I was like, what is he talking about? But anyway, Harper, you wanted to say something about Dusty. So I mean, his get up,
his fucking his jeans are pulled up all the way up. and his fucking ball sacks. I mean, look at that.
I didn't notice that, Harper.
I noticed it. I mean,
Dude,
it's fucking staring at you.
Look at his nuts are like to the left side of it.
Right.
That's his nuts. Why are you looking at his balls, Harper? No, I'm just kidding.
I can't help it.
They're staring at you. I know. It's like, all right. The promo. What else you got, Harper?
Fucking well, Dusty still fucking has it. Fucking Nikita just doesn't. Nikita looks like he's fucking LL Cool J.
LL who?
LL Cool J.
Yeah, with his fucking Adidas fucking shirt on and all, and
what's okay? I watched this on a small screen. What's on Dusty's hat?
it's Willie Nelson. Something to do with Willie Nelson.
Okay.
I guess
it looked like on my little screen. It looked like Elton John on his hat.
One of those trucker hats.
Yeah. You got to wear that. Well, you wear that kind of hat when you're in the
Willie
office.
Nelson.
I can't tell.
I think it says Willie Nelson, huh?
I think that's what it says too, but
yeah. You got to wear that hat when you're in the office with Harper's dad and the wood paneling and the calendar.
Jesus Christ, no shit. Doc, what did you have from the promo?
Well, I was going to say something political about because he was talking politics, but in the interest of uniting the army, I'll refrain and move on.
I just thought it was funny that he
did take credit for bringing together the United States and
no. Well, what I was gonna say was if you listen to him, he's basically talking about how wrestling ended the Cold War when he and Nikita teamed up.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true, huh?
And I was like. That shit flew over my head, but he's talking about, hey, we ended the Cold War. We made relations great. I was like, oh shit, Dusty.
That's why the Berlin Wall came down, dog.
He was out there cutting a Reese's peanut butter. Two great tastes that taste great together. Shit.
All right. Let's keep the show moving. Doc, did you have anything else from Dusty there?
Not, other than his ball sack, I don't think so.
Yeah, we can't top that. Dr. Death is out there. He defeats Curtis Thompson. I have nothing from it, Doc.
Get him up. Nah, fuck.
Now what? I'm struggling with him. It's like a drunk girl in bed. What do I do with this dead fish?
Bro, when y'all are giving commentary on what we're sharing, please explain what you're saying that about.
Harper and I don't have time for that.
Okay. Dr. Death was trying to lift up Curtis Thompson and couldn't get him, and it was a botch.
Do you remember the Sopranos where they kill Ralphie and they're sitting there eating peanut butter and Ralphie's phone rings and he's like, please leave a message. With my busy schedule, I do not have time to return phone calls. They were like, man, he's a dick. Well, that's us. Harper and I don't have time to do play-by-play.
That's nice. Dr. Death wins, and then that is followed by a Barry Windham promo. I have nothing from it. All Barry's doing is talking about Dr. Death. He's going after the UWF title, and then Barry says he will win it soon. Doc, do you have anything from it? Harper, what about you?
No.
They go straight from that to a Ricky Morton promo. Doc, anything from the Ricky Morton promo?
Oh, let me see here and pull up my notes.
I want to see if you're going to catch what I caught.
I thought he was all right there. But did he say, is this the one where he says it's easy, there's not a lot I can do about you jumping on, or I don't know?
No.
Let me guess. He's here to stay, not here to play.
No, but I could have swore, unless I got it wrong on my notes, he called the New Zealand flag the UK
the
flag? British
flag, because he's fucking dumb.
Whoa.
Damn.
I mean, I'm just saying. They're from fucking New Zealand.
Two different countries, right?
Right.
Really different sides of the world if we're going to be if we're going to be picky here.
How many people did not realize that back then?
All of them.
Yeah, no, people didn't know fucking shit, man.
People can't point out the 50 states on a map now.
Well, I'm going to go back to what Doc said, and this is not just true as we make fun of fans. Doc said the first time he saw the sheep herders and they were holding up that New Zealand flag, for all he knew, that shit was some communist nation that was coming over to take over the wrestling.
I was 8 years old. I knew two flags: the United States, everybody else.
Right. So it's kind of one of those things. You just like, wow, you know. Eddie Gilbert's out there taking on George South, and what a heck of a backdrop we just saw.
Yeah, what's the finish here? Because I have a note about the finish, but I don't remember what it was.
It was
the hot shot.
Right.
You always use the hot shot. What about it?
The problem with the hot shot is the same problem I have with Jay Lethal's lethal injection. And we all know I love me some Jay Lethal. He's awesome. It takes too much to set up.
You think?
Yeah. That's just my personal opinion, you know. Just because I'm not a heel doesn't mean I can't have opinions.
That didn't look like that wasn't too much to set up. We just watched him do it.
Do it again.
Okay, so I'm going to go back 20 seconds. Okay,
Okay.
they go into the sequence right here. George South, he bumps. George South shoots him off, Irish whip. Eddie Gilbert reverses. George South leapfrogs him, comes off. Eddie catches him, hot shot. That's simple.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what I must have been drunk when I watched this.
Well,
I've been drinking a lot. I've been drinking a lot lately.
Doc told me he switched to e-cigarettes lately. I just want y'all to know.
That is no,
I'm joking. I'm joking. It's a joke.
Don't get me worked up.
Somebody sent me a DM. They finally heard the episode where Harper said it's like sucking Optimus Prime's dick. I was like, that was a classic moment, and I regret not clipping that segment. And I still don't. I gotta find out what episode that is. That was a great comment, Harper. Good job.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, anytime, man. Okay, so let's go to the Road Warriors right here because they're about to come out here and cut a promo, and Hawk is intense.
The Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal.
You know something, David Crockett? It comes time once again, whenever there's a great moment happening in our sport, you'll find the Hawk and the Animal and Precious Paul, the Legion of Doom's name, right there on the card. I'm talking about the Bunkhouse Stampede Finals. That's right. I made it to the finals, and I plan on taking that boot and all the money. Now, Warlord, Barbarian Ivan Koloff, stay out of my way. I ain't playing around. You don't want a piece of me or a piece of my brother. Tell him, Hawk. I just want to tell everybody out there in the wrestling world that this is our interview time. We bought it. We paid for it. It's on the contract, which is for a whole lot of money. And I could say whatever I want, whenever I want, to whoever I want. That nobody can take this interview time away from me. And I dare you to try. So what I'm saying is, bottom line, my time, I'll do with what I want with it, all right?
What are you really trying to say? Come on.
Nothing. Tell him, Paul. You know, David Crockett.
All right, so they're setting up the weightlifting competition, but look, the Road Warriors didn't say a whole lot there, but they're so damn intense, man. It's still a good promo. That was my thoughts. Doc, what was yours?
He didn't say a damn thing, but he scared me while he was doing it. And I just never understood, even at a young age, when I would have bought whichever flag was from whatever country, why do y'all have to buy your interview time?
Yeah, I don't.
That'd be like at work if they say you got to buy your own supplies. Man, fuck you.
Well, that's nice. Harper, what do you think?
What's Hawk's problem?
He's mad.
You think
Animals.
Is there friction with the Road Warriors?
No, hell no.
You think he gets pissed off at somebody?
Nah, I just think he's out there, didn't have much to talk about, so he...
Talking shit.
Cutting an intense promo. Animal was real good, the way he looked at the camera.
Can you imagine having to deal with those guys and then realizing that as Hawk started battling personal demons, he was battling personal demons on the other side of the ring from where he was about to whip your ass?
I would have been a rough one. Harper, what do you think?
Yeah, fuck that.
I mean, they were probably on the clean side there, and they were sticking spikes in people's faces. imagine once it got dicey later on.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, they were on the clean side. I mean, they were, they were on the juice, but I think it's funny when you hear Cornette tell that story about the time he was cutting a promo in the studio, and he's like, they're on that basically steroids, and an Animal walks up to him and goes, "Corny, we don't mind you cutting promos against us, but we're flying through airports with these steroids in our bags, man. You might not want to say that on national television with 15 million people watching." Yeah. All right, so we go next to a promo. It's a match. Michael Hayes defeats Larry Stevens. Doc, any thoughts from Hayes on Hayes and Stevens?
Going back to the world class stuff and today, and not in the studio, but when you see Hayes come to the ring, he just knows how to come to the ring and look like a star. Dude.
I agree. No, I agree. And Hayes is in good shape here too. I mean, he's for him, he's pretty lean. He's out there working all those matches with Ric Flair, as Lance educated us on. Hayes wins the match with relative ease. Harper, any thoughts from you on Hayes right there?
He just fucking beats the guy, then he just walks out. I was waiting for a promo or something.
Nope. All right, so we'll keep moving. Just want to remind everyone, if you're not a patron, become one at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Move up to the $5 tier if you are a patron, because we've got 1988 pay-per-views and Clash of the Champions coming up. Plus, Doc and I released an AWA episode recently. Lance and I, by the time this airs, the ECW episode requested by Mike Prue would have been released. Jesse Jacobs requested the AWA episode, so we did that one. But again, become a patron. It's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. The world-class shows, plus so much else that's up on the Patreon side of things. Got to be over 160 or 70 episodes as of this time. As two brothers behind JR and Tony. Tony and JR are giving us an update, and then they throw us to some footage from the Omni on December 25th, 1987. And I'm going to rewind that back so Harper and Doc can laugh at the two brothers who walk behind Tony and JR as they're ringside with the fans and stop for a second to flex their muscles. And you got to believe Tony can see these dudes out of the corner of his eye, and he completely no-sells it as he's talking to JR. Anyway, Doc, any thoughts on this as I go into it? I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in a second, but what do you have?
Well, those were your people.
Okay, that's nice.
Wow.
So basically,
I just said it before Harper could.
That's true. Y'all remember on the last Smoky Mountain Wrestling episode that aired, Doc gave the demographics, and we went from 8 African Americans in the town to 112.
Harper said that y'all were doing good.
And I said 112, huh? And Harper, with a straight face, goes, "You see, Mike, y'all doing pretty good." That got a lot of traction from I think it was Jose Corona on the Facebook group and many others on the Facebook group. All right, so we're in the Omni. It's a bunkhouse that Tully and Lex are the last two competitors. Lex ends up eliminating Tully, but JJ and Arn end up attacking Lex Luger after the match. Tully then whips Luger with the weightlifting belt. Out of nowhere, Ole Anderson hits the ring in street clothes and helps out Luger. Luger's on the house mic with JR, and a challenge is made with Luger and Ole versus Tully and Arn at the Omni on January 1st, 1988. I'm not really going to play the interview that Lex gives in the ring with JR because it's on the house mic and you just can't understand it. You can make it out a little, but it's not going to come through good on the show. So I don't know. I want to go to Harper first. Any thoughts on everything that went down here where Lex Luger got beaten and Ole comes out to help him?
I was like, look, it's fucking Ole. Where the fuck you been?
He's been gone since what, April maybe? Or is it May? It's been a while. He's been gone, but Ole appears and he helps out Luger. What else you got, Harper?
Nothing.
Anything?
Just Ole looks like some guy that drives a fucking Ford Bronco, doesn't he?
I bet you he did, or close
to it.
Doc, what about you? What you got from it?
Man, I like him bringing Ole out. His members only jacket, man. That's a great angle, a great piece of business that he's helping the guy who replaced him. That has a lot of possibilities and opportunities. And now I got to say, I mean, spoiler alerts be damned. Ole's in both promotions that we're covering here.
That's nuts, isn't it? That he showed up and like I mean, it's not like we've planned this. This has happened multiple times where somebody shows up in Smoky Mountain that was just happens to show up in Crockett. It's crazy though. Harper, I know you wasn't with us for a couple episodes that are going to air. I don't even know if you watched it. Did you even see that segment where Ole shows up with his son?
Okay.
Ole's in Smoky Mountain now.
Okay.
Yeah, with his son. I don't know, you didn't miss too much with that one that you weren't there for, but he shows up with his son.
And let me tell you, they're showing the match here on the screen for New Year's Day. I'd pay to go see that.
Yeah.
I think so too.
There's a lot because they never paid off the Ole angle. So there's still that resolving issue, and now they're hot at Lex. Man, I'd love to see that.
And then there's that old thing too that Cornette always would say, how can I miss you if you never go away? Well, Ole went away, and now he just shows up out of the blue on Christmas night in the freaking Omni to help out Lex, and Lex and he shake hands, and yeah, you damn right. January 1st sounds like a nice place to be. I mean,
shake off the hangover, have a couple of beers to shake the cobwebs out, and let's head down to the Omni and watch some ass whipping.
All right, anything else from it, Doc? All right, so then we're going to go to the longest match on this week's Saturday Night. It's Midnight Express.
I can't see the time there. I need you to go to 57:45 for me.
Oh, you're talking about for the next match, 57:45. Okay. So I'm at 57:40, 41.
See those two broads? You see those two broads right there?
Oh, God.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
What do you want to bet Stan had both of those that night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody did. That's a given. Somebody on the roster was inside of both of those women.
Damn, Doc. Somebody was inside. All right.
That's nice.
My comment.
But the question is who? Because that one on the right looks like, the one on the right looks like she's a full-on metal chick.
Yeah.
But who does that put her with? Maybe Hawk or Animal. But I think I'm putting my money on that Stan got both of those broads at the same time. Because the one on the left looks a little goofy.
Yeah, she looks cute.
Natalie. One of those two broads' name is Natalie. Which one?
The broad with the blonde hair.
Oh, no. The blonde one's name, like, I don't know.
Janice.
Janice, wow.
Rebecca?
Rebecca's a good one.
Yeah.
Or Lori.
With a K. There's a K in there, not a C.
Or no, I got the blonde. You know what the blonde her name is? Lauren.
Huh?
Lauren.
Oh.
Anyway, so Doc, my note was, you can't tell me that Stan or Rick didn't have their way with.
That's what I'm saying. My exact note said 5745 Stan banged both those broads.
All right. Let's keep playing. If you want to know what we're talking about, again, you can get the video version of this at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, let's get into this match. So they go nearly 20 minutes, the Midnight versus Nikita and Dusty Rhodes here. So again, the Midnight against Nikita and Dusty, the U.S. tag titles on the line. Doc, I guess I'll ask you first. I'm going to play the finish of it, or I'll go to the finish in a second. But did you have anything before we go to the finish of the match?
Yeah, I like Corny's Yuletide tennis racket with the Santa Claus on it. And the other thing that's really important to note here, I think, is that you don't get to see Dusty wrestle on free TV much. He don't go out there and get in the ring much. So this was like even though everybody's got feelings about Dusty as a booker and all that, he is, for intents and purposes at this time period, the top babyface in the territory. He's on Wrestling on Free TV.
Fair point, and he's against the Midnight. Harper, did you have anything on the match before I go to the finish of it?
You go to finish, but you should go to 1:16:48, where this girl tries to, where she.
I like how all our timestamps are broads, and none of it is about the wrestling.
Yeah, no, they got 1:16:48. Some fucking broad tries to take a swipe at Cornette.
It's good to be back.
All right, so I'm at here. Here's going into the finish right now. All right, Harper, should be coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I saw that.
Yeah.
All right, so let me pause it for a second. There was a broad that literally took a swipe at Corny as he was running around the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I thought she was over the railing at first.
No, she was behind.
If she was over the railing, she would have got hit by that tennis racket.
Because because she ran in front of all
Corny
those
wouldn't
people.
have had Corny probably wouldn't have had time to decipher who was who there. It would have been self-preservation, thwack.
Yeah. And he was going into the spot for this finish right now, so
yeah.
I'm sure he was just trying to get to his spot. So let me go back in. Basically, well, let me just hit play. Here it is. Corner's in a sleeper.
Went out fast.
He's out. Corner's out. Look at Big Bubba. Bubba's gonna wake him up, I'm sure.
So basically, Bobby Eaton misses a big leg drop. Dusty has Bobby Eaton in the figure 4. Cornette comes in, and that's when the ref calls for the DQ. Dusty puts Corny in the sleeper, who, God, Corny went out super duper fast. And then from there, Bubba wakes up Corny. Dusty and Nikita win by DQ. But after the match is where the fireworks happen, because although the faces win because of DQ, the Midnights proceed to beat on Dusty and then Nikita.
I thought this was a great match, and man, you think about how long they went, and at the end, how sweaty Hebner was. That building must have, at Christmas time even, was a pressure cooker in there, man. Just hot and nasty and swampy, and then you had all those broads in the audience, and it probably smelled like
what?
I don't know what Harper said about a month ago, bad decisions under Tammy's skirt. I thought the Midnights looked really good there, and to get in there with Dusty, and I mean, they look like big-time players that belong on that stage.
Harper, what'd you have from it?
I like the finish when fucking Dusty saved them. That was...
They did this good, man. I thought it was done well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on this. I thought this was done well. All right, anything else?
Nah, bro.
All right.
Nah, bruh.
Let's go to the next promo, which is Tully and Arn and Ric Flair. They finally got something to say. Here it is. The 4 horsemen are out there.
All right, at the Omni, it's family against family.
You know, guys, listening to Luger come out here and talk a while ago, and we were like brothers, we were this, we were that, but I'm taking it upon myself. I'm going to go out and I'm going to kick y'all's tails like it's never been kicked before. Well, you know, I go back to when I was a little boy and think about revenge and what it was told to me like, well, Lexter, revenge is mine, saith the Lord. But if you want to take that omnipotent position and you want to come after this group, big boy, be our guest. Because you come, we'll roll out the red carpet. Because the horsemen revolve around turmoil. We like people coming after us. We like being the center of attention. That's what we thrive on. You should know that. You should know that. If you've learned anything in the last year, you should know that. But big boy, if you think the Enforcer AA is going to back down, or myself, you're sadly mistaken, because my friend, all of this hardware all has world heavyweight champion on it, and you, my friend, got nothing but abs. Lex Luger, I always considered you to be one of the most intelligent, well-read athletes I'd ever came across. I always respected the athletic prowess that you possess. I've seen you do things at a gym that made my eyes roll back in my head. I always love to train with you. I love to travel with you. I love to watch the way when you walk into a room, heads turn. I respected that. But suddenly, all of a sudden, you want to take my friendship, this man's friendship, and the World Heavyweight Champion's friendship and put it all aside to be that shining star. You have no order of priorities. Well, Lex, you got to understand, we were the Horsemen from his conception. Myself, this man, and this man. The reason it was 4 horsemen, it was a family unit. What you became was an outsider that we let come in. Now you got all these people behind you. And when you come into a packed arena, you may think I'm the man that you can bowl over and then go to him and then go to him. Well, you said it right. Anytime there's a problem in a bar, walking down the mall, in an arena, out of any man, I step forward because you see, I don't fear any man. I'm going to get busted up. I've been busted up. You can look at my face. I don't plan to go to Hollywood. But what I do plan to do is remain a world champion and remain a horseman, something you can never return to.
David Crockett, take a look at this joint. It's on fire. You know why? Because the horsemen are in town. Every woman in the joint eyeing one of us, not Michael Hayes, not Jimmy Garvin, not Lex Luger. These women, these people want a style and profile. They want to be part of the cult. We are what's happening. And P.S. Michael Hayes, you are a nothing happening poor man's Ric Flair. So take a look at it. We are the champions of the world. We are the best there is. We are the Horsemen. Woo!
Mike Rotundo's up next.
All right.
I'm gonna go to Doc first. Doc, what do you have?
Man, it's good to be back and see Arn Anderson being Arn Anderson, man. When he said, then there's a fight at the mall or at the bar, I stepped forward. Damn. I'm that guy. I'm going to get in it. I'm going to get beat up. I'm going to get cut open. I don't give a shit. I'm a horseman. What else do you need, man? And shit, I loved when Tully said, all you got's abs.
That was good. I got something else.
And then Rick just basically said, we're gonna, as soon as Stanfield picks out his 2, we're gonna take the rest.
Harper, what do you have from it?
Fucking Arn was great, man. Because he didn't really shit on him.
He said you can't come back though.
Yeah.
So when Tully is out there quoting the Lord.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Tully said
he was like Jake the Snake.
Yeah. He was like, revenge is mine, saith the Lord. I was like, what? And then Arn goes, I don't plan to go to Hollywood. I plan to remain a horseman, something you'll never be able to do. I was like, oh, all right. And Rick was on it. Rick, everybody here is eyeing us. They want to be part of the cult. I mean, just that's what you need. The horseman to come in and cut a 4-minute long promo and set everything right with the world. And that's what I had. But Doc, anything else?
No, man, it's just turning my mind to think about they're the 4 horsemen, so they're going to need a replacement soon. Who could that be?
Who's it going to be, dude?
No spoilers here.
Fucking
Paul Roma.
Yeah.
Harper's friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah. You're not friends with Paul Roma?
No, I'm not friends with him.
He says it like you just would be.
Yeah. Like I know him or something. Let's go to the last match. It's Mike Rotunda. He defeats David Isley. Kevin Sullivan's on commentary with Tony Schiavone. It's kind of weird, the commentary, but it is what it is, man. They're building up. I mean, we've kind of spoiled it a little. The Varsity Club is in the making, and yeah, that's what I got from this. Doc, what did you have from it?
Yeah, I'm glad to see Kevin Sullivan doing something besides just running out there and telling us what all is going to happen. So I'm down with this. He needed something.
Yes, he did. Harper, anything else from you? We've been talking about this for a few weeks now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I fast forward to this match.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just
you are the guy who apparently showed up to a WrestleMania post game show without having watched WrestleMania.
I just don't. It's another Mike Rotunda match, and it pissed me off when I sat through a Sting match that lasts like a fucking half an hour. It's like fuck. And
Don't worry, I got it.
And then the Michael P.S. Hayes match lasted 30 seconds.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go to the last match. It's crazy because the Rotunda match goes on for a little while, and then literally they start a bunkhouse stampede with 3 minutes left in the show, or 2 minutes left. So there's not much from it. We don't even see who wins it or whatever. But anyway, Doc, did you have any thoughts on the bunkhouse? I mean, we don't really see much.
Lots of punching in there.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do with all those guys in the ring?
Yeah, this is... The older I get, the less battle royals capture my attention. When I was young, it was the greatest thing ever.
God, it was the greatest thing when it was a battle royal match. I remember one time I think it was at the Lakefront Arena. They had a tug of war before the show, and it was a bunch of wrestlers versus, I think it was Saints players or something.
Jesus Christ!
They had it was a big tug of war deal.
Who won?
I don't remember. I was so small. I don't remember.
Was it a WWF show or NWA?
I think it was NWA.
UWF.
Oh God, I don't remember, but I remember they had the fucking tug of war battle before the show started, kind of like a dark match type of deal.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm with you, Harper. Doc and I actually had a side discussion about bunkhouses and battle royals early this week. Doc admitted to something, but I don't want to say it.
Oh, I'll say it. I'm here to tell the truth to the people. The Battle Royal is the one place where the WWF did something better than everybody else. Because with that Royal Rumble, they got that shit right.
And I agree. Where you have every 3 minutes or 2 minutes or however many minutes they decide, you start off with 2, and every so often somebody comes in.
I ain't gonna come out here.
Phenomenal way to do it.
And then you don't know who it is.
Right.
That's a big surprise.
That's right. It's a reveal, and you can bring in somebody back to this territory, an old legend, a familiar face. But hey, look, I ain't gonna turn over a new leaf and say I like the WWF. Let's be honest. The Big Blue Cage is stupid. Their booking is stupid. Sports entertainment is stupid. Their cartoon bullshit is stupid. But that Royal Rumble is all right. That's a great concept.
I mean, for 30 minutes, I'm sorry, for 30 people, well, technically you start with 2. For 28 people, it's a mystery who's next.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit goes on for an hour.
Yeah.
Who's going to be next? They got that shit right. I'll give them credit, man. The Rumble is usually pretty damn entertaining.
Yeah. The way we do it is it's like the Royal Rumble, and the last 2 guys, when it's the last 2 men, it turns into a traditional wrestling match.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's a good take on it as well, because it's Royal Rumble style where they got to go over the top, but the last 2, we're going to settle this like men. You got to be pinned or submission. That's a great way to do it as well. I'm with you. But that actually wraps up this week's episode of Saturday Night. We're not done yet, but that was the NWA portion of it. So, Doc's got a new lease on life and a new attitude, so I guess I'll throw it to him first and let him rate this one.
Well, it's good to be back. As I've said several times, I felt good to be back in the rhythm of watching some wrestling and coming in here on Wednesday night and talking about all this. And It was long. Oof. When does baseball season? When does spring trading start for the Braves? Come on now.
I think that's over with.
Oh. Well, it is
No,
December,
like-
Harper.
No, what I'm saying is,
Did the Braves disband?
I don't think we're going to get those again. Those shorter fucking episodes.
Oh, we're going to need them in 1988.
Because I mean,
I was kind
we
of
didn't
counting.
get one for the whole year.
Oh, I was kind of counting on those. Well, this is the last episode of 87. Another year in the books. This was a good episode. I'm probably feeling a little generous just because it was good to get back into the saddle. But I'm gonna say, give me an A-.
I'm gonna give it a B+. Harper, what you gonna
Wow, I'll give it an A-. Oh no, a solid A.
give?
Harper
All right.
likes his wrestling, man.
I mean,
fuck, bro.
B+.
You had Dusty and fucking Nikita,
And Oli.
Well, that's true.
right? And fucking Oli showed up.
All right. I mean, damn, don't beat me up too bad.
We had Span Slam.
That's true. The Spam Slam should have given an A right there. You see, Harper? I was
See?
mistaken.
All
You see,
those
Mike?
tasty,
You doing good, Mike.
all those tasty sluts in the audience.
Jesus Christ. How many
Yeah,
women
I
did
know,
they pan to? How many broads did they pan to? We should have kept count, man. It was at least 6 or 7 at easy.
And they all looked into it, unlike the women that you see that get drugged to an ROH show by their boyfriends. It's like they're all sitting there filing their nails like, this shit's fucking boring.
I'll go first with the Rolex. I am going with Arn. Doc, what are you giving it to?
Man, I ain't even going to say I hate to agree with you now that we're buddies again. I'm going with Arn, man. That was just, hey, I am whipping ass because that's who I am.
Harper, who you giving yours to?
Yeah, it's gotta be Arn. It has to.
That's classy, Harper.
What?
Yeah, what?
What?
What did he do?
Check your text messages, Mike.
Oh, Jesus. What did he send?
I can't talk about it anymore. I'm forbidden from talking about this topic, so I can't.
he keeps saying he would bang this broad.
God.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, I see you.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
He wants a piece of that bad, bro. For everybody who's wondering, it's this broad that is she's a politician, and Harper he just wants to bang her. He doesn't care if she opens her mouth. Well, actually, he probably does care if she opens her mouth. But he wants a piece of that. That's all we'll say. All right. I got something to share with y'all. Y'all got to see this. So Harper may have seen this on the Facebook page. I don't know. So give me 1 second and I'll pull it up.
Is it the meme you were telling me about earlier?
No, this is completely to do with wrestling. Oh. And let me make sure I hold on. What the hell is it? Okay. So Phil Allen actually posted this on a Facebook group, and it is Rufus R. Jones versus Porkchop Cash in Central States Wrestling. And
that ring looks small.
It is. And I'm going to fast forward to the 4:30 mark or so. Yeah, let me get to the 4:30 mark on this thing. I'm trying to be bigger for what I'm sharing right now.
I want to see this thing on the right that you got that says Mike Tyson brutal knockouts, because man, that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Let me go to the 4:30 mark, and I just want y'all to listen to the commentary. Again, this is Rufus R. Jones versus Porkchop Cash. And I'll give you a hint. It's going to be something racial. Here it is.
Professional wrestling. What? Now, all the black people in TV land out there, they ought to be bowing down to the boss man, because the boss man, Porkchop Cash, he personifies what's great in a man, what's great in a professional wrestler. So everybody in TV land, listen out there, especially if you're of the darker hue, send in your cards, send in your letters. requesting that you want to be a member of the Boss and his boys.
Somebody better save the Boss, maybe one of his boys right now, because Rufus Iron Jones is all over him inside the square circle. Let me tell you one thing, sir. Remarks like that are what's getting the Boss Porkchop Cash the beating that he's getting right now. You may be next.
You know, Rick Stewart, the Boss is a great professional wrestler. The Boss
Wait a minute.
Man.
Did you see that great professional wrestling move?
I think I started off too early. Hold on. Or too late. Hold on. Because he starts talking about eating watermelon. It's insane.
Whoa.
You can't do that.
Just so you know,
That's not classic.
This is Rip Rogers talking, by the way.
Oh, I like it.
That you hear. Here, hold on.
Well, you got a point. But how he got that plaque is another thing. Rufus Jones rocking the Boss in the corner. He didn't look like anybody's boss right now. Couple of soup bones and a big elbow got him all staggered back.
You know, Rufus R. Jones, he's a black man.
Very observant, Mr. Rogers.
He's an Uncle Tom.
What?
He dines on watermelon. He dines on pork chop. He dines on chitlins. He's a disgrace to his people. He's a disgrace to professional wrestling.
What?
Now, all the black people in TV land out there, they ought to be bowing down to the Boss Man, because the Boss Man Porkchop Cash, he personifies what's great in a man, what's great in a professional wrestler. So everybody in TV land, listen out there, especially if you're of the darker hue, send in your cards, send in your letters requesting that you want to be.
He said everybody out there at TV land, especially if you're the darker hue. I was like, why? Come on, bro. Anyway, that's Rip Rogers going off on Rufus R. Jones.
What year was that? Do we know?
This is... Oh, shit. I didn't write it down.
Well, that's on the network, huh? The Central States?
No, it's not.
I don't think so.
I wonder who owns that.
I don't know what year this is, but it's...
The estate of Bob Geigel?
That is Bob Geigel, but that's Central States. Rufus R. Jones versus Porkchop Cash. This got to be in the early 80s, though.
I was thinking even maybe late 70s, but I don't know.
No, possibly. You may be on to something. Anyway, Doc, your thoughts on Rip Rogers' rant right there.
Let's follow that under things that you could not say today. I was thinking about this. I was listening to an old Conrad and Bruce where they were talking about Austin pulling that gun on Vince. You want to talk about something else you couldn't do today?
I was watching that the other night. It was someone on one of those wrestling Instagram pages posted it. I'm like, man, look at this shit.
Could you imagine
watching this?
Could you imagine what would happen?
No, that's like no way, no how. Come on, bro.
When you say beating up his friends, I was like, man, those guys suck.
Anything and everything that was offensive back then, you can't do now. Somebody's gonna be upset, especially in a publicly traded company like WWE. Nope, can't do it. Shareholders, we market to the shareholders. So anyway, all right. Well, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Before we do so, make sure you use our Amazon referral link each time you're on Amazon. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Great way to support this show. Go buy Bobby Blaze's book, Pin Me, Pay Me. Go buy Death of the Territories. Anything and everything you can buy on Amazon. So again, it's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Great way to support this show. And give that link to your wives, girlfriends, hoes, and side pieces of your life. And tell them to use it every single time they use Amazon. Also want to shout out the wrestling podcast About Nothing with ROH's Brian Malonis and Mike Crockett, doing their show every single Monday. Talking some current, talking some classic, but a bunch of different topics. Again, check them out, the wrestling podcast About Nothing. And also check out our Vantage Point, the retro wrestling podcast, run by Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, as they give their take on the northern side of pro wrestling's history. Slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still great nonetheless. They support us, so please support them. All right, Doc, before we get out of here, man, what you got? Anything else we need to go over as you say you turned babyface?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired, man. It was an emotional return. I'm glad to be back. Once again, I do want to say thanks to Lance for filling in admirably in my absence. And I realized in my absence how much the show means to me. So there you go.
Oh.
Let's see if he's still got that attitude starting next week. We shall see, I guess, right? Harper, anything from you? You got a Wildcat show coming up in Georgia, so
that's right. At the where? Say it.
I don't work for the company. You do, right?
No, you do.
Meisner, Grace King.
No, it's in Georgia, and I'm gonna look it up because he wasn't ready as usual.
It's at the Landmark Arena. It's
at the Landmark Arena, 7 p.m. doors open, 8 p.m. bell time, Cornelia, Georgia, Landmark Arena. That's right. And Harper's not telling y'all one thing. It's going to be live on Fight TV via iPay-per-view.
May
18th.
May 18th, dog, Saturday. May 18th.
So again, I'll repeat since the guy who works for the promotion can't remember. It is May 18th, Cornelia, Georgia, the Landmark Arena. Bell time's 8 p.m. If you can't make it to 4246 Level Grove Road in Cornelia, Georgia, then you can get it on iPay-per-view via Fight TV on May 18th. There you go. I think
Kids Under 5 free.
Kids Under 5 free. Is this the first iPay-per-view Wildcats done?
I think the one in Philly wasn't it?
That one wasn't live though. Like you could
yeah.
You could buy it
I
after.
think it is.
Bro, you get extra bonus points if you ether a toddler.
Oh, that's nice.
It'll be easier. They can't fight so hard.
That's nice, Doc. So, Harper, you were gonna say something right before we started recording. Doc was about to say something about you ethering somebody at the last show this last weekend. Did something happen that you needed to tell us about, or what?
I didn't do that. I know Saeed put smelling salt underneath Steve Anthony's nose to wake him up.
But nobody ethered anybody, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry.
I know. Doc, any thoughts on the no ether again?
You should go on the Facebook page and request that.
For somebody to ether someone.
Yeah,
how about I just text the fucking promoter that I've known for
a wrestling fan, and I want to see someone get fucking ethered.
ECW did it. You should do it too.
Exactly. Say that.
Okay, I have a dumb question because I don't remember it. Did somebody get ethered in ECW?
I don't know. I just figured that's what old school wrestling is for most of the people today.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got a point there. That's 20 years ago, Doc. So
yeah.
But there you go. That's the Wildcat update going on in May, and we hope to break some news on the X-Rated show soon. Some official news. Let me say that. There's that. Doc, and you said you have nothing else. Harper, if you don't have anything else, man, hit the tagline and get us out of here.
Okay, bitch.
Quick shout out to all the Hall of Fame patrons out there before we get out of here. Always want to be thankful to all the patrons we have, especially our Hall of Famers. So just shout out all of you: LaRon Brown, Kenny Byersdorf, Glenn Abbott, @GA WrestleNut, Bobby Murray, Marlon Mueller, a.k.a. at Half Pints Point, Josh Warren, Everett Starr, Super Duper Hall of Famers Mike Childry, Kyle Rowley, and Disrespectfully Classy Marky Blassie are all in that Super Duper category. Thank you. And Craig Norman, Johnny on Patreon, the great John Dean at YRC21, Josh Dunn, Ryan in Auburn, good old Justin, Robert Smith, Joseph Ice, Tim Moretti, Adam Price, Brian Evans, Mark Wilson, Armando Martinez, David Jordan, Jesse Jacobs, Josh Fields, Chris Meyer, Gerald Green, Mitchell Johnson, Mike Prue, Will Parker, Jeremy Bryant, Classy Alex, Slider 91 US, David DeVries, Frog Zeppelin, SV Pageant, Bill Salsa, Big Rich at Spyboy Sports Cap, Ari Miller 39, Dustin Roberts, Jay Shiny, Ruben Espinoza, Merciless Jones, Jesse Lucas, Chris Browning, Justin _Andretti, Coleman 822, Marty Howe, and T-Hog 94. Godbold Unreal, thank you for being Hall of Fame patrons out there. And I want to say also thank you to my friend Mike Prue, all of his plugs on the Bottom Line Cast. They are cataloging the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin in the WWF. So check out the Bottom Line Cast wherever you get your podcast from. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Google Play, you name it, it's on there. Also on Twitter, they're at Bottom Line Cast. Check them out. I don't think I got anything else. I appreciate all of your patronage out there. You guys are the best. Thank you very much for supporting this show each and every week. It really means a lot. And or I say each and every week, but it's really each and every month. So thank you for everything you guys do. And that's it. I'm going to get out of here. You know what Lance and Harper and Doc always say. Book it, bitch.